Dating advice for those of you who are shy and introverted. If you're shy and introverted, dating might actually feel like a bit of a challenge. It might even feel a bit scary. That initial stage of putting yourself out there and getting the attention and then getting to know the other person could seem like a bit of a struggle because you're now exposing parts of yourself that you're probably used to keeping more private, especially if you're the shy type who sort of maintains a bit of privacy and maybe you don't even talk very much. It can be a bit nerve-wracking to go through that state. But here's something that you need to know. When it comes to dating, every one of us goes through that. That initial state of going out and making yourself available to other people can be a bit tough for most people. It really requires that you bring your best face and that you become conscious of yourself and prepare yourself to actually open up to somebody else so that that person can get to know a bit about you. And it's stressful for everybody. I don't think anybody likes that. As a matter of fact, I think most people would like to sort of like make a wish, step outside the door, and immediately bump into the perfect partner, the perfect person who's compatible with you. And you go from that initial state to instantly getting to know each other and everything working out perfectly. But it's a wish. Um, whether you like it or not, we have to go through that process of expressing who we are, getting to know the other person, spending time with the other person. It's just part of the whole package. It's part of the process. So what do you do if you are a shy person or you're more the private type of person who'd rather sort of hold yourself back, or maybe you might be the type of person who likes to stay home at night in the evenings and spend time with yourself as opposed to going out there? What do you do if you're also shy and don't like to talk very much? Being shy or being a bit of an introvert might actually work for you. And here's why. Let's start with the being introverted. Um, you're not the only person on the planet who's an introvert. There are plenty of other people out there who feel just as you do. And many of those people are feeling exactly as you're feeling. They're hoping to find other people who are quiet and private and maybe people who would rather stay at home in the evenings rather than go out to a club where there's lots of noise or that sort of thing. So you're not alone in that feeling. It's always a nice it's always a nice feeling when you come to the conclusion or the understanding that you're not alone with whatever it is you're struggling with. You're not the only person experiencing that. So the question then becomes, how do you find other introverts like yourself? Where would they go? What would they be involved in? Chances are, if you're looking for other people who might be like yourself, you're not going to find them in the club. So one of the first things you would have to do is ask yourself, where would an introvert spend their time? Would it be maybe a bookstore? Would it be, chances are, especially in this day and age, most introverts would probably be at the computer where they can privately interact. And so you could take this to an advantage. You could reach out to others using the internet. As a matter of fact, everybody's using the internet these days to couple up. There's so many dating sites out there. So if the initial state of getting to know someone feels like a bit of a challenge to you, use the internet as a way of connecting with others. With the internet, it cuts down a lot of that anxiety that you would feel for presenting yourself. So as you reach out to others, let them know that you are quiet or that you're shy or you're a bit of an introvert. And you might be surprised to discover that you also link with other people who feel exactly as you do. So the two of you can get to know each other online a bit more by expressing your likes and dislikes, or diving a little deeper into your personalities and getting to know each other before you actually step out and date. Dating is something that really requires effort. Many people sort of just step out, and whoever they meet and whoever they like, they sort of go with that person. And it doesn't always work to your advantage when you do that, because then you're not opening yourself up to the possibility that you might find the perfect match for you. It's a sort of a bit like picking an apartment or a house. You've got to first see as many houses and many places before you can just pick one. And oftentimes, as an introvert, you might just pick the first person who comes along and says, "Hey, I like you and you seem like a nice person." You may just go with that person where it may not be the right match. So what I would say as an introvert, reach out to as many people as you can online. Start with maybe 5, 6, 7 different potential dates. Communicate with them over a period of time, maybe a month or two, before you actually step out and go on a date. So if one doesn't turn out to be the right match, then you have another 5, 6, or 7 other people that you haven't yet gone with. So you might also sort of be the type of person to get attached very easily. And I would highly recommend that you suspend that aspect of yourself when it comes to dating, and sort of force yourself to get to know a person before you dedicate more of your emotional desires or emotional connections with that person. If you'd like to know how to be more magnetic, to really entice and seduce the one that you really want so that they find you irresistible, I highly recommend that you click the link inside of this video. Please sign up to the free program. Connecting with others is just the preliminary part of dating and finding the right person. I would highly recommend that you click the link inside of this video and sign up to the free program, where you can listen to a wonderful story of a woman who was a bit of an introvert, locked out from society, and what she discovered to help her to become more desirable to the men in her community, and learn from what she did.